What's up guys, macadii here. Now today I'm bringing you guys a team building video based around Tyrion, the Mega Sableye. Now, I'm really hyped for this one because this is a Mega I know a lot of people do dislike fighting, and I really hate fighting as well, but it's one I've never got to use myself, so this is going to be a lot of fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one as much as I have, as I will do. So in terms of the set, I decided to go for a fairly standard defensive Calm Mind set with Shadow Ball, Will-O-Wisp, Calm Mind, and Recover. I did get a suggestion actually just before this stream from Salty Panda suggesting maybe I run Substitute on there, because when I Mega up, I still get that Prankster for that first turn, and I can get the Prankster, Mega up, and get a sub off. But I think, to be honest, I think probably Calm Mind and sort of Will-O-Wisp is probably better than sub on this set. Maybe on other sets I could see that working, but I think on this set you definitely want to be crippling physical attackers, because obviously you can increase your special defenses as much as you want, but you only have so much physical defense. So, good to see you guys have just joined. Ryan Khan, my showdown name is macadii. So if you just click that, sort of search that, I'm going to be joining the lobby in a sec, just after I finish this team building video, and then you can just easily find me and sort of challenge me from there. So, as you guys know, I really like having a think about the walls and things like that. Oh, I already have a challenge already. That is a very keen one. So, I've been having a think about these sort of the walls for this team. And I was thinking one Pokemon that complements Mega Sableye incredibly well is actually Tentacruel. Because Tentacruel's any psychic moves directed at Tentacruel, Tyrion can take any, yeah, it just works quite well. And also I can take any fairy moves as well, that's the one I'm thinking of. So we're just going to go for a Black Sludge. I think Clear Body is probably the way to go here with Rapid Spin, because it means we're just removing any hazards. So if there's any T-Spikes as well or anything like that, because that's probably the only way you can get a status on this guy is with T-Spikes. This is going to be really incredibly useful because we can just absorb them. We can Rapid Spin rocks away. It's a really reliable Rapid Spinner. Rapid Spin, we're going to go for our own Toxic Spikes. Now, I want to run these, not Toxic, I want to run Toxic Spikes because obviously Tyrion is going to be around for a long time, so it's having a permanent status on your opponent's side is going to be incredibly useful, because it means you don't have too many sort of Calm Mind wars, especially with that Toxic running as well. So that's going to be extremely useful. On top of that, we have a few options for moves. I'm thinking Sludge Bomb, mainly because we need to get these fairies out the way, and if I make this a specially defensive set, I can see that working really well, especially for any sort of special fairy moves directed at Tyrion and things like that. I also do need nickname suggestions as well, guys, so don't forget to do that. We're going to be running, I think, a little bit in speed, just to do a little bit of speed creeping, and we're going to go for a Calm Nature with 0 IVs in there. And I think for this last move, I'm quite happy with Scald. I know it's fairly standard, but I think it's going to bolster our physical defense if anyone switches in on us and things like that. Yeah, definitely Mega Gardevoir run is definitely something we're going to have to be thinking about. So I think what we're going to do, probably the best way to counter a Mega Gardevoir is with some sort of priority or Scarf User. So we'll come on to that. We'll finish the walls, and then I think we definitely need to be building around a sort of a threat-based build, if that makes sense. Identifying the threats that surround Tyrion and design a team just to eliminate those threats. A little bit like our Azumarill team build, sort of it's Mega Scizor team builder where we built around Azumarill. So one Pokemon that works really well with Tentacruel as a sort of physically defensive mon, and is an absolutely great defensive wall, is the Landorus T, because any ice moves can be directed at Tentacruel. It can take knockoffs for days. It really doesn't mind too much losing those leftovers. It kind of minds, but it's not too bad, if that makes sense. So we can go for a leftover set. We can also get rocks, because you guys always remind me about putting rocks on, and I'm terrible at not putting rocks. So we're going to go for an Earthquake, Stealth Rocks. What other options do they normally go for? Knockoff, probably, just so we can start getting rid of some items. Name Tentacle SpongeBob, Or we have Squidward. Ooh. That's a really tricky choice. I think we're going to go for Squidward just because it kind of fits it better. But if we have a Pokemon that looks like a sponge or something like that, we're definitely going to be calling that SpongeBob. So, and I think for the last move, a U-turn is probably the best way to go. So, very, very much sort of utility. We can go for 248 in HP, 252 Impish, if I remember rightly. Yeah. And we're just going to put the last 8 in speed, just so we're doing a tiny, tiny bit of speed creeping. Not really a huge amount. So yeah, we got our walls, we've got Tyrion. I now need to have a think about what will work really well with Tyrion. So as we said, Mega Gardevoir is a problem. So, well actually, first of all, think about that. Before we even tackle the Mega Gardevoir, we can't hit normal types. So let's have a look and see what normal types we have to get rid of. Normal types. We'll go up to OU. Oh, we got Chansey and Lopunny. Okay. So I think probably the way to go with here is Conkeldurr. Because Conkeldurr with Guts means that we can take anything from Chansey. We got the Mach Punch for the Mega Lopunny. And we can go for an Assault Vest set to make ourselves sort of super, super bulky. With Guts, Drain Punch, Knock Off. What else? Mach Punch, obviously. What am I doing? Mach Punch. And probably Poison Jab for fairies. Because it's just another way to kill fairies. Because I know I've added a fairy weakness here. So that's probably a good way to go. So we're going to go for... we're going for 252 in HP. I think we're actually going to go to 252 special defense because we have a lot of HP. And the way I'm thinking is that if you've got a move that recovers health, you're always better off investing in like the defenses, really. Especially when your defenses are so much lower. Like our special defense is really low. But with special defense boost and also the assault vest boost, we're going to be taking so many good hits. And it's going to be... we're going to have a really good day with this one. And just a last 4... I might be cheeky and take a couple out of there and put that in there, just to outspeed other Conkeldurrs and things like that. So that's good. So we got to check for normal types and everything like that. So that's looking really good. We got our defensive core. Is it worth putting Poison Jab on? I'm not really sure what other options we have. I guess maybe Fire Punch. No, because Fire Punch doesn't really... maybe Ice Punch, because we haven't got much for other... yeah, I think Ice Punch is actually probably a better way to go, because we have got Squidward to switch into those nasty fairy types and things like that. So that's okay. And we can always add another answer to fairy types as well. So on top of that, we want something... I want something that's really sort of hard-hitting, offensive. Something... because we haven't got anything that's... haven't got anything that's particularly fast. And that hits hard. So I know it's very, very overused and very, very MLG, but I think Talonflame, if I spell it right, is going to be really useful. A choice band means that we can wall break a fair amount, and we can get rid of the Azu as well, because Talonflame, obviously, choice band will be able to take out the Azumarill, especially after the Belly Drum as well. So this is actually a really good answer to Belly Drum Azumarill. This will be staying in the wings. We have a very reliable Rapid Spinner as well, so I can see this working really well. Because we can go for Brave Bird, U-Turn, Flare Blitz, what am I thinking? Flare Blitz, and maybe the final move. This is always the problem with Banded Talonflame. It really doesn't get much. It might just have to be Roost, which isn't particularly great. We could run Peck. Steel Wing, actually. Steel Wing for fairies. Mega Diancie. That's a good... actually, yeah, that does kind of make sense. So we can go for 252 in attack, 252 in speed. I think with an Adamant Nature is probably the way to go from there. So we have, so far we've got, looking at our weaknesses, we have one Rock's weakness, which is really, really good so far. Let's see, what shared weaknesses have we got? We've got 2 Psychic weakness, but then we have an immunity there. Might be nice to have something else to patch that up. Yeah, we've got ways to handle flying types and things like that. So it's always this last mon I find with these sorts of teams. It's really hard to go for. We haven't got a Scarfer. That's the only thing. So maybe Scarfer Archie could be an option, because that means we've got another steel type. Scarfer Archie, I know it's not particularly common, but I could actually see that, because that complements our Sableye really well. I know it adds another ground weakness along with Squidward, but then we have got the Landorus and also the Talonflame as well. So that's probably the best way to go. And we have a suggestion for from Ryan again for having Spore. Not Spore. Having Sleep Talk on this in case of Spore. That could be an option actually. Let's have a look and see how we go. So we got Iron Head, Zen Headbutt is probably the way to go. It doesn't get any other stronger psychic moves, does it? Not that I can think of. Unless I want to run... No, because I don't want a special one. I kind of want... Actually, let's have a look at our physical special spreads. We've got special, physical, physical, physical. Oh, maybe special's the way to go. We do miss out on the Iron Head, though. I think it's worth it. I think that's probably the way to go. We're going to run, because we can run U-turn on here, and then also Trick, actually, because it means we can have a way to get rid of certain walls and things like that, that definitely, so that Megazard Y will Sableye, that is another option, but then Choice Banded Talonflame does one-shot Sableye as well, and after a few Combine boosts, I can see Sableye still managing to hold out against that Megazard Y. I hope. I haven't had much experience with it, so... we shall have to see, but I think a Jolly Nature on there. We do need some more nicknames, guys, don't forget that. And last 4 in there. And I think this team is pretty much good to go. We have Iron Head, Zen Headbutt, and U-turn. So Zen Headbutt adds some Psychic, which we haven't really got, so that means we can handle Poison types and stuff like that. Not that they're too much of a problem for this team. We have the Talonflame, we have an odd HP number on there. It would be nice in a way to have some sort of HP investment, but I think for the minute we're just going to stick with some speed investment, especially if we want to be outspeeding with Flare Blitz and stuff. And 351 actually outspeeds, it actually outspeeds, oh, I'm trying to remember, base 110. So we're still outspeeding Latios and Latias, which is really, really useful. Yeah, I haven't got... Yeah, we have still got some problems with Azumarill, but then to be honest, we have the Jirachi, which I think can take a hit, and I imagine Ironhead will still be doing quite a bit, and the best it can do is Aqua Jet, which we should be able to take it out with, or we could even trick it if we wanted to, which may not be the best choice, but we shall see. So I'm quite happy with the team so far, and as I said, we do need some more suggestions, guys. But we're going to start the battles now. We have one from Empoleon 57. I am going to join the lobby here as well. So we're going to battle Empoleon 57. We have the right team as well. So that's going to be absolutely excellent. So he's bringing a lot of UU actually, which I really like. We've got Mega Blastoise going on here. Entei could be Choice Band. Definitely an option, especially because that breaks through Mega Sableye, especially with the lack of Will-O-Wisp as well. So that's going to be important. Let's see. The Conkeldurr could be Assault Vest, but we do have our Talonflame for that. I can see Talonflame putting in a bit of work for here. I'm just going to say, wish him good luck, have fun, and see from there. So in terms of lead, I'm not too sure what he's going to lead with, actually. He could lead off with the Rotom, which is kind of... to lead off with Conk. While it's a really strange lead, my best bet for the Rotom there, because I can knock off. It can't do anything really to me. I think that's the way to go. And we'll see if we're right. It goes out of with the Blastoise. That's not too bad. We will be slower than this, and I don't think there's a massive amount he can do. Yeah, Trick unfortunately doesn't work if they haven't got a item, but Water Pulse really doesn't do a huge amount, as Drain Punch does a fair amount. I mean, I know I'm not sort of regaining all my HP back, but I still think it's probably worth it. The question is he going to switch now? Because what can take a Drain Punch? I guess the Celebi. I'm tempted. Let's risk it. Let's risk it. And see from there. Because he's not going to win this battle, so he is probably going to switch out. Out into the Rotom. That's fair enough. We've knocked off his lefties, which is going to be really, really useful, actually. I'm quite tempted to stay in and Drain Punch, because there's not a huge amount that this Rotom can do to us. He does end up Volt Switching. Unless he goes out into the Celebi here. He does get onto the Crobat. That was a good play. But luckily, we have got the Landorus. Now, the question is he going to U-turn? I think we're going to risk it. So does Trick work if the opponent hasn't got an item? It does work if they've not got an item. But it doesn't work if they're a Mega. So that's the only thing that Trick doesn't really work on. Which is a bit of a pain. So from here, he's probably going to have to go for the U-turn. So the question is, do I just get my rocks up? And let's see, he could go for the Super Fang, actually. That's the other option, which is kind of why I want to get my rocks up. I guess with the Entei as well, that's probably worth doing that. And we can see from there. So he hasn't got an item, so he is the Acrobatic set. He does get onto the Conk. So he's pretty much revealing to me that he has got the Ice Punch here. So we have a few options. We could go out into Jirachi here. I don't really want to take a knockoff, though. Talonflame's an option, because I think we can I don't know if we can two-shot the Rotom. Maybe. Tyrion is also an option, to be honest, because we can take Ice Punches, we can take Drain Punches, we can take knockoffs. And I think that's the way to go. Ice Punch, please don't get the freeze. He doesn't get the freeze. Okay, so we can Mega Evolve here, and I think almost maybe just go for a Shadow Ball, or even just a Recover. I think we just need to... Let's see. So the best move he could go for here is probably in the knockoff, which... No, 65, yes. That's really not going to do a huge amount. Chances are he is going to switch out. It's really difficult to know what to do. For some reason, I've got my voice slightly in the background, which is a little bit weird. I think for some reason the preview play just started to go. Yeah, classic Pillow's name on Lando. That is definitely an option. I think what we're going to do here is, I think we're just going to recover. Okay, he goes out into the Entei. That's not too bad, because I think what we're going to have to do is go out into the Landorus. I know there's a chance we're going to get burnt, but then we can force another switch out even from there. So that's not going to be too bad. Sacred Fire, 23%, doesn't get the burn. That's going to be really important, because first of all, we can call this guy Pillows. I just love that one. It's from my first ever session as well. So I'm a big fan of Landorus T, especially for that. So from here, I think we're just going to U-turn, because he's probably going out. Oh, he goes, oh, that's not going to like this at all. Oh, because that means we can go out into Talonflame, and we can just U-turn. And this is probably his rocker as well. So he's in a bit of a predicament. So Darth Vader is asking, was there a live stream yesterday? No, there wasn't a live stream, unfortunately, because I messed up a little bit. I forgot that it was my friend's 21st birthday yesterday, so I went to their party, which was really, really good fun, and which is why I had to move the live stream to today. So we've got the U-turn, we got rid of his rocker, so that's actually really huge, because it means Talonflame is going to be, yeah, so much more useful. So I think what we're going to do, we don't want a free switch into that Crobat. So I think Jirachi is probably the way to go here. Just because we can U-turn out, it threatens pretty much every member of his team. Goes out into the Blastoise. I don't think Zen Headbutt will KO. So I think we're just going to U-turn out into Squidward, and actually we could set up a set of T-Spikes. That could be an option. And see from there. So he goes for the Dart Pulse, doing a fair amount, and we can actually go for... I'm almost tempted to go for the Skull, predicting the Crobat switch. I don't want to get a Guts boost on that Conk, actually, so that's probably the way to go. As he goes out into the Rotom, fair enough. I could have gone for the Sludge Bomb there. I was tempted to. He's going to be outspeeding us. Will he? Actually, no, he won't. Let's just go for a Sludge Bomb here, because we can get a good amount of damage, and we got the Poison. Going to be absolutely huge. We got a suggestion of Flame Body Lel from Pre there, so we're going to go, yeah, we're going to go for Flame Body Lel for the Talonflame. And also Pre as well, as you can see, I am using your Choice Banded Talonflame set from the IP. If you guys don't know, that Pokemon boy actually is one of the members of the IP. He's actually one of the main people for it. And he's got Talonflame and it's absolutely scary. So, I think from here, we just KO. That's probably the best bet. Because that means we don't have to take a Volt Switch or anything like that. So that's good. So we've got his defensive Rotom out the way, which is means much better time for the Lando. And also our Conk as well. Once that Crobat's out the way as well, we are in a really good position. So he goes out onto the Crobat. I'm just going to Scald here. I know he's going for the Defog. We just need some damage off on this. Ooh, he goes to the Acrobatics. Fair enough. We do snag the burn. But he has the Citrus Berry. Oh, that is really cool. I'm liking that. That's really good. I think what we're going to do here is... No, we're not going to go for T-Spikes. We're going to go for Scald. As he does end up KOing with the Acrobatics. So, my question is, does he not have the Defog? Well, we're going to go out to Rachi. Because I think... Oh, no, maybe he's not got the Defog. Maybe it's the Blastoise is the Rapid Spin. What am I thinking? I don't know. Let's just go for the Zen Headbutt here. KO the Crobat. Not much really could switch into that. And I think the Blastoise after Rocks gets taken out. So he goes out into the Entei. Jirachi kind of clean sweeps from here. So I'm actually going to go out into Lando. Lando probably does the least amount of work against the team as he does go for the Stone Edge here. And I'm just going to go for an EQ. Just to get the most amount of damage as he sacks off the Blastoise. And that is pretty much the end of the game, I think. Because, I mean, the Conk can come in now. He does go into the Entei. Yeah, it's GG from here. As he goes to Sacred Fire, doesn't get the burn. And that is the end of that because it's the Conk left. Yeah, I'm hoping, hoping I get the, sorry. That Pokemon boy just said, I'm hoping you run into Mega Diancie for that Steel Wing. I can't wait. I really want to reveal the Steel Wing at some point. It'd be absolutely hilarious. We're just going to go for the EQ as he is going to go for the Ice Punch and take us out. But it does mean it's down to a point where Talonflame can come in. And that is the end of that because Brave Bird is going to KO this Conk. And yeah, that's the end of that one. So that was an absolutely excellent game in Empoleon. Some really, really good plays there. Interesting. I've really liked using some UU Pokemon as well. I know I've had some suggestions to sort of use some lower tier ones for these team builders, but I'm sort of, with these ones, I'm trying to make a really competitive team, and I like to use more quirky stuff in my sessions and stuff like that, rather than these ones. So we're going to move on. We've got It's Random D, would like to battle, so let's hop right in, and we'll see from there. Okay, so we have the Mega Diancie. I hope I pull this off. I really hope I pull this off. Blackline, does the quality look off for anyone? Let me just check the stream quality for you guys. It's at okay. I think for some reason like it wants me to stream like a slightly better quality, but sort of with all the I don't know. I need to look into it, but most people seems to be okay. If it's a poor quality, because I'm streaming at 720p and it's saying it's fine, so it might be something your end if someone in your house is downloading a big file or something like that. It's surprising how much difference that makes. So, in terms of his lead, I'm kind of anticipating the Landorus leading, just because it handles my team really, really well. Which is why I'm kind of tempted to lead off with the Conk, which I know I did before. And I think, yeah, we're just going to go for it. Goes out into the Landorus. Okay, so I think this is a Scarfer, to be honest. So I think just going for a knockoff is probably the way to go. We'll see. And we'll see from there, yeah. I've also tweaked the voice linking to the video, because it's really weird. It doesn't like automatically sync up. It's always off by a little bit, so you've got to like lag them a bit. OBS can be a bit of a pain to set up, I must admit. But hopefully it's sounding okay for you guys. I did do a test before this started, and it seemed to be pretty good. But we'll see. So he does go out into the Clefable. We get a knockoff, which is fair enough. I mean, it's quite useful to have that. And that means we can go out into a couple of things. We get onto Squidward. He does lack a Defogger, which is a really good point. Wish you would for the Jirachi, which is suggestions from Saintly Quagstar. We're going to go for that. Jirachi, wish you would. I really do like that. So, against the Clefable, we have a few options. We can go into Squidward, set up some nice T-Spikes, which I don't know if this is magic about. This might be unaware Clefable, so I can see that being useful. Does mean we have problems with the Conk though, but we got pillows. We got pillows. It should be fine. Let's go for that. As he goes for the Wish. Okay, let's set up some T-Spikes this turn, because he does lack a Defogger, as I said. And also getting a Poison on that Diancie will be really, really useful. He doesn't have a huge amount to hit Squidward hard, so that's definitely a plus. I guess he's got the Lando. He goes out into the Conk this turn. Okay. Yeah, as Ren says, Conk and Tentacle are my win conditions. I would definitely say that. Conk does a lot of work to his team, as does Squidward. So, I'm kind of anticipating a knockoff or something like that. I think we're going to go out into Pillows, and then we're going to U-turn and scout for the Ice Punch, I think is the way to go. Hopefully that's going to work. Ice Punch, that is a great prediction. Absolutely brilliant. We should outspeed, so I'm actually going to U-turn here. And we're going to go out into, I think we can almost tempt fate and go out into the Talonflame. Probably not, actually. That's probably not the best bet. I think we're going to go out into Tyrion, because Tyrion can take pretty much anything this guy has to throw at us. And it means we can Mega up. He has got the unaware Clefable, which is pain. But apart from that, he's not really got one to... If it's unaware, actually, we're going to poison him, which is going to be really useful. I think we're just going to go for a Shadow Ball, just to see what he decides to go into. He goes out into the Heatran. Okay. This is probably going to have Taunt on it, which is why I'm actually going to go out into Pillows here. Might be the best bet. Let's see. He's going to go for the Taunt. Or we could go out into Conk. That's probably our more offensive play. I think we're going to go out into Conk. We got Skip to Leg Day. I do like Skip Leg Day, actually. Oh, that does a lot. That is probably Spectran. Right. I think we're just going to go for a Drain Punch here. I know the Fable might come in, but it's going to get poisoned, which it's really not going to appreciate. And it means we can get a switch out into Jirachi, which would be really nice to have, because we can trick something as well, which is going to be really nice. He does go for the Wish here. He's going to run the Protect, probably. That's the only thing. Let's see, we've got, yeah, Skip Leg Day. I'm just going to quickly add that to Conk. Because I do really like his legs are just ridiculously stumpy. He's probably going to go for... I'm tempted to go for the Trick here. Because if he protects and we go for the Trick, he knows what's up. He can switch out, but that means we can get a double off. I'm going to go for the Trick. He does run the Protect. Okay, right. But now we forced him out into the Diancie, which is really, really useful. Because it means we can go out into probably Squidward, and we can set up another layer of T-Spikes. Or we could go for the Scald, we will see. Because we can take Earth Powers and things like that. Goes down to the Landorus. Okay, maybe I mispredicted there. I guess he's Choice Scarfed, so it's not too bad. We're going to go out into our own Pillows here, because we need Rocks up. We need Rocks up as soon as possible. And this is a free... So he's not Scarfed. Okay. That's a good thing to know. So we're going to go for our own Rocks here. As he goes out into the Conk. Okay. I think we're going to go out into Tyrion, because I think we can take whatever this guy has to throw at us. Yeah. So he goes to the Ice Punch here. How much does that do? 29%. So we should take a knockoff. We can just recover here. Okay. Wait, why would you switch out on a taunt? You have magic bounce. Oh, what am I thinking? Yeah, I'm being really stupid. This is the problem, because I've not played Tyrion before. I made a really stupid play there, but still, I think it was the way to go, especially with that. We now know that Heatran specs, and that is going to do a lot of damage, especially even with one card Mind Up. I think we will be in a bit of trouble. But no, that is a really, really good suggestion there. I was expecting a especially defensive set, but at least now we know that is a spec set. But it means we can recover back up with Sableye now, which will be nice. And this conch is just going to get worn down. When we can as well, we will be going out into Tentacle to get the Rapid Spin off, because we do need to get rid of these rocks ASAP and see from there. But Will-O-Wisp isn't going to be as useful now, but definitely getting a poison on the Clefable, and also potentially on the forgotten the name now. How have I forgotten its name? I don't know why. Sometimes Celebi, like, it's really obvious. Oh yeah, I don't even know. Okay, so he goes down to the Clefable here. I think we can go out into Squidward, and this is our free switch to get the Rapid Spin off here. As he goes to the Wish, okay, we probably could have just Shadow Balled there without too much worry. I'm actually going to go for another T-Spikes here as he goes for the Protect. That's absolutely excellent. So we got another layer of T-Spikes up here, so that means we're going to be Toxicking the Celebi and also Toxicking the Diancie as well, which is going to be really, really useful. And I think from here, we're going to go for Scald. As he goes out into the Celebi, we could have gone for the Sludge Bomb there. I wasn't expecting that, I must admit. I was expecting probably something else. So we know Squidward is our win condition here. So it means we can go out into... He might have the Earth Power or the Psychic. So I think Jirachi probably is the best way to go. Yeah, we're going to go out into Jirachi. He might have the Earth Power. That might be a really terrible play on my part. He has the T-Wave. Ooh. Ooh. That is really bad, actually. Right. We're going to have to U-turn here, because we can KO the Celebi. I don't think that's massively game-changing, but that is going to be a bit of a pain. As he goes out into the Landorus here. We can U-turn here, and go out into a few things. We could go out into Tyrion and get our Calm Mind off, which is definitely an option, because, I mean, the Clefable's in a bit of a predicament, and I don't think there's a massive amount that guy can do. I think that's the way to go. And so with a Calm Mind up, we can take pretty much everything. Let's see. Hopefully. Oh, maybe not. I really underestimated the bulk of Tyrion. Okay, that's not good. It's not disastrous. We need to get rid of these rocks. That's going to be the main priority. Okay. Let's go out into Pillows, because we know we can wall this Lando set without too much trouble. As he does go for another EQ, it's fine. We can recover up on one or two things like the Conch Elder and stuff like that. What ability is my Tentacle? It's not Liquid Ooze, actually. I decided to go for Clear Body, just for any sort of special defense drops and stuff like that. It is a real pain when things like that happen. We're going to go for a knockoff here, because I need to get rid of this guy's item, as he does go for his own knockoff. And the damage difference. This is probably a bulky offensive set, which is quite interesting. But it means I could go for another knockoff here. I think that's the way to go. As he goes out into the Conch, oh, we can knock off this guy's item, which is actually going to be really useful. We knock off the Assault Vest, and we're going to outspeed next turn. So we can actually KO this Conch now. And I think that's the way to go, because we can outspeed. EQ is probably going to KO here. And, yeah, I think that's the way to go. Because I know Liquid Ooze is really useful for Mega Venusaur, but then I do have the Talonflame, and I've got the Scarf Arch as well, so I have ways to counter that. And also, I need Squidward just to be quite reliable. He goes down to the Celebi. 220 speed. I think we're going to go out into our Archer, because we know there's not a massive amount this guy can do. He goes to the Seed Bomb, so he would have outsped. Okay, I'm trying to work out what the Celebi set is, because it's not defensive. Yeah, it's weird. As he goes to the Heal Bell. Now, I kind of disagree with that play, because it means now that all the things that were poisoned are now toxic. So now the Clefable couldn't sort of survive indefinitely. Because now it's going to be toxic, so that means each time he's going to be doing progressively more damage to himself with the toxic. So I don't know whether that was a good play to go for, but we'll have to see. Oh, I need to pick a move. So we're going to go out into... I can't see Pillows being massively... I guess Pillows is probably quite useful because we can damage the Heatran, though we're probably not going to outspeed. I know that Clefable's coming out, but I think Conk's the best way to go, because it baits out either the Diancie or the Clefable, which means it can go out to the Squidward, get rid of these darn rocks. That's probably the way to go here. But Conk is going to be immensely useful, definitely. But I can't see Sableye having too much sort of love here, mainly because of its low HP and the fact that everything just one-shots it from here. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to get a free switch into Tentacruel by actually sacking off... are we going to sack off the Sableye? I think it's the play to make, to be honest. Because he has so many things that can KO us. Because we need... actually, how useful is Jirachi? Jirachi is still quite useful, because, I mean, we might be able to take a hit from... We can take a hit from the Clefable at the very least, and we can trick something. So, Talonflame is going to be relatively useful. I think Tyrion is going to have to go, unfortunately. As he Megas up, goes to the Moonblast, and that is a dead Tyrion right there. But it does mean we get a free switch out into Squidward. And we can get the Rapid Spin, which I think is the way to go. Or we could Scald. Scald hits everything. Scald hits Lando on the switch. Scald hits Diancie hard. And I know he's just going to set up rocks again. And I don't want to sacrifice Squidward. If this Earth Power ends up being a 2-hit KO, I'm going to lose Squidward, and that's probably one of my best stops. So I'm actually going to Scald here, because he thinks I'm going to Rapid Spin, probably go out into the Landorus, because that's the only thing that's going to scare me out. I guess the Heatran could as well. But we'll see. Hopefully I've not made a bad play there, but I think that's the play to make. Because we can definitely take an Earth Power from this guy. Yeah, as you guys are saying, sack Sableye. Oh. But, yeah, I think that is the play to make here. Yeah. And, while we're waiting as well, I'll let you guys know what's going on in general with everything. So, as you guys may know... Ooh, that does a lot. Okay, so he might be going for another Diamond Storm here. But next turn, we can KO with... Toxic. So I'm actually going to sack off Pillows here. I won't actually, I might even sack it off from there. There. So tricky. Because he's had 2 turns of poison, so he will die next turn. Yeah, sure, Ren, if you want to ask me a question, that's fine. Yeah, ask away, guys. I really don't mind. Let's see. I think we're going to go out into Pillows, because we can take Earth Powers, we can take Diamond Storms. He may not go for the Moonblast here. He goes the Earth Power. Okay, that's really good. That is really good. Because it means we still got the Tentacruel. We can outspeed the Clefable to get rid of rocks if we need to. So we're still okay. We're still fine. But yeah, in terms of the updates, we got the live stream on Wednesday, which I'm really looking forward to. So that's going to be our throwback live stream for any of you guys that missed the update video. And then on top of that as well, we have an upcoming Mega Alterra session, and we're going to be doing... What I decided was actually, we're going to delay it a little bit because I was really feeling like doing some NU. So we've actually got an NU session coming up, which is going to be so much fun. I've just sort of halfway through recording it, and it's absolutely brilliant, and I know you guys are going to absolutely love it. So he goes down to his own Landorus. I think we just need to get some damage off on this guy, almost. Oh, no. We need to keep this. I think Conk may be the way to go. So the question from Ren is, if you can move any Pokemon from OU to Ubers, which Pokemon and why? Trying to think there. Oh, yes, I have one. I don't know why I didn't think this before. Crowbro. Mega Slowbro, I have a definitive dislike for it, because it's so annoying, and if you don't have it counter to Crowbro, like, my team really doesn't have anything to handle Crowbro. If you had a Calm Mind Mega Slowbro right now, I guess Tyrion could handle it, kind of, but still, like, yeah, it's just, I hate Mega Slowbro with a passion. It's one of the most annoying Megas in my opinion, but there's not much I can really do about that. We're going to save the Jirachi because we can trick it. But I think Conk may be the way to go. Because we can take whatever hit. We can take a knockoff really well. I mean, we lose our Assault Vest, but we can Ice Punch the next turn. And Ice Punch, 2 Ice Punches with rocks may KO the Clefable. He goes for the Stone. Ooh, that crit may make a difference, actually. Mirac 4 says, I'd ban Landorus T. No, yeah, I do definitely understand that. I understand the sort of the whole usage thing, but it is really difficult though, because it is overused a lot, like incredibly overused, but it is really hard. I don't know how I feel about Landorus T. Like, it is a really, really excellent mon. I think it is really high in usage, that's the thing, but it's fairly standard. That's the only way I can think of it, is that you always know it's normally either defensive or scarfed. I know this one's a bit of an exception, but yeah. So H-Craze, yeah, I do remember you. I remember you from our Mega Sizzle battle. That was a really, really good battle. Definitely really, really enjoyed it. Let's see. I think we're going to have to get into Pillows here and get some knockoff damage off, because I think after we need to get this down to a point where we can KO with Talonflame with a Brave Bird. Yeah, so we're going to knock off here. Because with the attack drop, I think we can take one. Unless I'm completely wrong. I may be completely wrong. Yeah, Crowbro, as Mirac says, actually no, Landorus can stay in OU, you keep that, Crowbro should be banned straight away. Yeah, I just, yeah, I really dislike it. So he's not outspeeding this time, so he's, I'm not sure what to make of the set. But, I think from here, we're going to have to go into Talonflame, and we're going to have to Brave Bird. Because we can I think that's what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to Brave Bird, because I know it does about 35% to Heatran if it's offensive. So I think we got a good chance of clearing up here with our Talonflame. What room am I in? I am in the lobby at the minute. So if you just hop onto the lobby, you should be able to find me there. Yeah. I think we've got a good chance for Talonflame. I think we can clean up from here. But we'll see. We do KO the Landorus. Okay. Right. What we're going to have to do... It goes out into the Heatran now. 278 speed, 240 speed. I think this is probably quite a bulky set. So the question is, I know with Jirachi I can handle the Clefable. And I've got Squidward for the Heatran. And I can't switch out anyway unless I have to want to Rapid Spin with Tentacle and lose that. So I think we're just going to Brave Bird here. Just to get the most amount of damage, because I think a Scald will then KO. Yeah, so Crocoon is a set, I can't remember who the guy that invented it is. Something, he has Crow in his name. And it's the physically defensive Suicune with Rest, Calm Mind, Scald, and Sleep Talk. And it's absolutely disgusting. Like, unbelievably. Okay, so he goes for the Flamethrower. So, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to go out into Tentacle and we're going to have to Scald. And hope we outspeed. Because that's our only real option. And yeah, I think we got a good chance of outspeeding. This might be a more bulky spec set. But we shall see. He's... Oh, he does end up KOing. This might even be Scarftran, thinking about it. So I think what we're going to have to do... So Huki has got asked, macadii, have you ever done a Mega Houndoom stream? I have actually. I made a did a Mega Houndoom stream where I used made a Sun Team in UU, and it was a lot of fun. If you check the live videos, which will be down at the bottom of my channel page, you should be able to find it on there. Yeah, it's GG from here, unfortunately, because he's able to KO me with that. But that was a really, really good game. Some really good plays by its Random D. Absolutely excellent. So, yeah, that was a really, really good game. So, we're going to move on to the next battle now. And we have a big pile up of ones. So, in Pona 57, we have just battled. So, I'm actually going to move to that Black Lion battle from here. Jirachi has already been named. The only one we haven't got... Oh, no, we haven't got them all. We got them all, so that's fine. Okay, so we've got a Mega Lopunny team here, which means Skip Leg Day is going to be useful. And the Bisharp. This, yeah. Conk does a number on this team. Oh, good to see you, Sir Francis. Good to see you managed to make this. Let's see. In terms of lead... I kind of anticipate the Mega Lopunny, which is why I'm kind of keen with the Landorus. Let's go for the Landorus. Lopunny, okay. Might have the Ice Punch, that's the only thing. So maybe that wasn't the best bet. Yeah, I probably should have led off with the Conk, thinking about it. So he can't go into Mega Sableye. Could predict the Ice Punch. Go out into Jirachi. Let's go for that. Be risky. Fake out. Okay, that's fine. And we could be going for the Zen Headbutt here, which is why I'm actually going to U-turn. And he goes out into Dracula. Okay. What have we got for Dracula? We have got the Conk. And we're going to go out into Conk. I think that's the way to go. Because if he Toxics us, well, we can Ice Punch. We're going to Ice Punch here because we have to make sure we break this guy's sash. Sorry, break this guy's subs. Knockoff is an option. Because he doesn't have much to take an Ice move. We're actually going to go for a Knockoff. Hopefully that cancelled. Knockoff. Okay, that's good. I'm not complaining too much. So. I think we're going to go out into Tentacruel. Because I've also I guess he has the Rapid Spinner there with the Starmie. But still, it would be good to get some Toxic going. Actually, is it worth it? Wait, did Dracula Toxic Orb? Yeah, he did get the Toxic Orb. Okay. We could go straight onto Squidward. And I think we're going to go out into Squidward, as he makes a... Ooh, really well played, actually. That's a really good play, because that puts me in a predicament. I'm actually going to go out into Tyrion, because I don't think there's much this guy has got for me. Earthquake doesn't do a huge amount, because once we Mega up, and... Let's see, so the best thing he has for me... is Doom to Zygo move. It is actually quite useful because it means that they've got to really play around that and either sort of sacrifice them on or sort of stay in it. Yeah, it's situational, but it does kind of work sometimes. There's a few things that could be coming in. The Bishop could be coming in. I'm almost tempted not to Mega up here just to keep the Prankster. I think we're gonna stay in. He does. That is a shame. Oh, ooh, that's scary. Okay, we have got Talonflame. That is really terrifying, actually. Okay, something's got to die because we're in a lot of trouble here. I'm almost tempted to sack off Tyrion. It sounds really stupid. But the Bishop is going to cause us problems. The Lopunny is going to cause us problems, actually. The Starmie is going to cause us problems. So I think we're going to stay in. We're going to Mega Evolve. As he goes for another SD, we just need to get it down to a point where... the Poison Heal, though. Okay. I predict a sweep here. This is really scary, actually. We're just going to go for that. I know he's going to KO us this turn. Right. There's only one way to beat this. It's to sack off Jirachi with a trick. Because we outspeed, we can trick. Yeah, Swords Dance Gliscor. I do really like that. Because, I mean, you bluffing the defensive set with the Toxic Heal as well. Yeah, Black Lion, that's really, really commendable. That is, I really like that. Hopefully he's not Baton Pass, because if he Baton Passes into the Mega Lopunny, I'm pretty sure. Actually, no, it's not GG because we do have the Talonflame waiting in the wings as well. So it's not the worst thing in the world. But we can trick this, and in tricking this, we're in a bit of a better position, and see from there. But no, losing our Mega Sableye so easily. So no Ice Moves. I do have Ice Moves, but I have only got it on the Conk, which is really tricky because obviously he is going to be outspeeding, and if he's got the Acrobatics at +2, even Earthquake might even KO. So that is the problem. Might have an Ice Move. He does end up switching out into the Helios. Okay, that's not too bad. We have tricked Choice Scarf with leftovers. I'm not too mad about that. We've got rid of that Gliscor, which is good. So he's Choice Scarf now, which means he's either going for the Fire move or he's going for Earth Power. I think he's going to go for a Fire move here, which is why I'm kind of tempted to go out to Squidward. Yeah. I think that's the way to go. Lava Plume Knot doesn't really do a huge amount. He is going to switch here, but it does mean we can get the T-Spikes up. And what we also know is he hasn't seen the Team Builder, which is actually really important because he doesn't know what sets I'm running. So that's going to put me back up to sort of a moderate, like, yeah, back up to a bit, yeah, fairly normal. But goes out into the Bishop. Okay. This guy isn't playing games at all. I think what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to Scald and hope for the burn. We get the burn. That's huge. That is absolutely huge. Because he is going to get the Black Sludge. Knock off my Black Sludge. We are going to be probably... Do we keep the Tentacruel around? I guess it handles the Heatran and we have the Conk. Yeah, let's switch out. As he goes out into Bejeweled the Starmie. Now he's got a bit of a tricky choice. He can either stay in and Psychic or Psyshock, which I think I can live. And I kind of want this guy out of the way because once he's done that, Toxic is going to really help me for the Clefable and also the Lopunny. So I'm actually going to stay in and knock off here. As he goes out into the Clefable, and a knockoff isn't going to do a huge amount. That was obviously a really good potential switch, but I didn't have so much choice with that. But it means we could go out into Squidward. We could actually set up another layer of Toxic Spikes or go for the... might even go for the Scald here. I think we're going to go for the Scald here. As he goes to the Softball, that's fair enough. Okay, so we know this isn't a Wish set. We're going to go... There's a lot... If he's set up, there's a lot of setup. He is Magic Guard. Which is scary. There's a lot of setup on this guy's team, and that's really scaring me. Sorry if you guys thought that I froze for a sec. I'm just thinking intensely hard, because I'm tempted to switch into the Talonflame. But then he did go for the Thunder Wave there. He might go for the Calm Mind here. And I think a Brave Bird will KO. Let's risk it. Okay, so it goes down to Bejeweled. That's going to be really useful because we can get 361. We aren't going to outspeed, but he doesn't know that. So I'm tempted to go for the U-turn here. Let's U-turn. As he goes out onto the Bisharp, that's really useful. Oh, that does a lot as well. And that means we can go out into... you could go out into Pillows, or we could go out into Conk. We could go into Conk and go for the Ice Punch, because that might 2-hit KO. How much does a knockoff do? 65, that's 30%. 35% damage, and I'll be doing Ice Punch, which is twice that. No, way off. Because, I mean, I have a few options here. I could go into Conk, get the Mat Punch, that's all fine. Or I could go into Pillows. He has to go for the Sucker Punch, as I get my rocks up, which will be really useful. Yeah, Mirik, if you've got a question, just you don't have to ask permission to ask me questions. It's honestly, it's fine. So it's so tricky. Because then he'll go down to the burn. Let's go into Pillows. I think this is the way to go. Ooh, I forgot about the attack rise, but he does die to the burn anyway. I did forget about that. Okay, so he goes out into this. I think what we're going to do... We're going to go out to Jirachi straight away. Because he goes to the knockoff. That is huge. That is really huge. Because we can't do as much as we want to this anymore. I think what we're going to have to rely on is going for them Iron Heads. Or even maybe you turning out. So tricky. This thing is scary. Like, seriously scary. What's my favourite Poison-type Pokemon? I would definitely say Mega Venusaur, just because I've drafted it in the IEP, and it's absolutely beautiful as a wall, and like bulky, and just, yeah, absolutely really, really good. Outside of Megas, I would definitely say Squidward right here, just because it's such great utility, and it is definitely underrated. So I'm tempted to... We've got a few options. We can Iron Head here, because he's predicting the Ice Punch. What do I need the Jirachi for? I have ways to handle the Clefable, so not much. Let's go for the Iron Head and see what we can do. Okay. Let's U-turn here. And we can go out into the Conk. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be really evil and go hashtag mind games. Because that means he may think I still got the ice punch there. And I'm not revealing it. We're gonna go out into our conch. As it goes to the EQ. Okay, so we can take those fine. That's okay. And we're just going to go for the Ice Punch as he goes out, back out into the Clefable. I think what we're going to have to do is we know that Talon... It's a free switch for Talon. Ooh. Is he going to T-Wave? I don't think he's going to T-Wave. Let's risk it. We're going to have to make some plays. Soft-boiled. Okay. Okay. We're going to go for Brave Bird here. I think that's the best bet. We could go for the Steel Wing. But I think Choice Band Brave Bird should do a lot. Yeah. We'll see. As he does go onto the Helios, which honestly was quite a likely option. But he is Scarfed, if I remember rightly. Yes, he is Scarfed. So that means we can go into a few things. Could go into Squidward, and we could get another layer of those up. Oh, do I go into Landorus? Probably not. Let's see. It's really tricky to know. This is a really good game. I apologise for like the sort of slight lack of commentary here, but I'm really thinking hard for this. Oh, it's a shame we got to go to France, but yeah, hopefully if you can make the stream on Wednesday, that would be really, really good. I want to pass as many of you guys there as possible. And yeah, just have a really fun time. I think what we're going to do is we're going to go out into Conch, and we're going to then pull a cheeky double. I think that's the way to go. As he sets up the rocks. Well, he's scarfed, stuck into rocks. Okay. So that means we can go out into Tentacle and we can actually rapid spin these rocks away. Because he is stuck in rocks. We know he's choice scarfed. We just need to keep the pressure going with this Bejeweled to stop it from coming in. And I know Talonflame is going to be really useful, especially once this Helios gets worn down. We can definitely get some work going with that. But we'll see. And we'll see what he decides to go for, because I think he's going back out into the Clefable. As he does go back out into the Clefable. Okay, so we're out in Squidward. I think we're just going to rapid spin here, because we need to get rid of these rocks as soon as possible. As he goes back out to try get powered as well. That's really bad. Yeah. That's really tricky to know what to do now. Yeah. I think that's GG from here, unfortunately. Because we can go out and skip leg day. We're going to have to pull some fancy doubles somehow. Let's go on to Jirachi, because that's our best bet, I think. So Rayon Khan is asking, macadii, can I rematch you if the queue is done? I think, unfortunately, looking at the time, I'm probably going to be only able to do one more, which is a real shame. But just due to time constraints and, like, my girlfriend's starting work tomorrow and stuff like that, so I can't stay up too late for that. So, yeah, unfortunately, I'm going to have to only do one more battle from it. Don't forget, though, we will be doing another one on Wednesday, which I'm really looking forward to. So he is back out into the Clefable, and we have no real way to touch this Gliscor, which is a pain. I think Zen Headbutt might be the way to go. Let's Zen Headbutt. He does go back out into Dracula. How much does this do? We can't touch this Dracula. What item have we got? We've not got an item. Yeah, this thing's going to sweep. It's a really, really good set, actually. I really like that. And I'm not ashamed to lose to that, to be honest. Like, that's really, really brilliant. 317 speed, 328 speed. We are going to outspeed, so let's just U-turn. And go out into... We're going to have to go out into Conk and hope he doesn't SD. Or do anything, really. He does SD here. We're going to have to hope somehow we live a hit. We don't live a hit, so unfortunately it is going to be a sweep from here. Because he's still got the Heatran. And I really have no way to touch this. So we're going to have to go out into Flame Body. This is our only way if we get a Brave Bird off on this. But he can easily go out into the Heatran. 56% is respectable, actually. As he's got the Roost as well. Yeah, there's no way I'm touching this guy. That is absolutely crazy. And we do die to recoil here. Yeah, that set is just crazy. I really like that. Macadii, what's your face cam's name? What's the make of it? The face cam I use is a Logitech C920. Let's see. So it's HD. I really, really like it. If you ever want to get into YouTube and stuff, I would definitely recommend going for it. It's really, really nice. We're going to have to go out into Pillows, and we're going to have to, like, knock off or do something like that. Because, yeah, Lando can't touch my Gliscor. Can't touch the Gliscor. Yeah, which is a shame. New meta. Yeah, I can't touch this guy at all. It is GG, unfortunately. What we're going to have to do... I'm trying to think of the best way to speed this up. Let's see. Well, yeah, we're just going to have to go for knockoffs. There's nothing we can do. Yeah. We're just going to go for knockoffs here. Okay, so Merrick's saying that unfortunately can't make the stream, which is a real shame, because I know you are definitely, like, one of the dedicated ones. You comment on, like, every single video, and it's really cool to see your comments. But yeah, he's away for next week, which is a shame, so he's not going to be able to make it. But don't worry, there will be plenty more streams to come. Also, if there is a big demand for it, I mean, I could put another throwback stream on instead of doing a mega one. But what we'll do is we'll judge it by how popular or how much you guys, like, sort of enjoyed the throwback one. And I can easily put another throwback one on there as well. Because that would be really, really fun. Right. Yeah, we're just going to end up... it's GG from here, unfortunately, because the Helios comes in. Knock off his Choice Scarf, and we can just EQ. And unfortunately, die to a Lava Plume there. And that's the end of Jirachi as well, because we really can't touch this guy. We're going to have to Zen Headbutt. And unless we flinch him, we do flinch him. This is, yeah, a little bit mean, but he does live on 1 anyway. And he... Oh. And we're just Iron Head here. But, yeah, out comes Dracula, and it's GG from here. Unless I can, like, flinch him completely to death. This will be so bad if I flinch him to death here. I feel so bad, but... Oh, God. This is crazy. I think I need 2 more flinch, or 1 more flinch, maybe. We'll see. And a... Oh, no. Oh, that's terrible. As he does go out into Bejeweled, he probably is going to be able to KO me from here. But we're going to U-turn, because that's probably our most damaging move. As he goes to school... Doesn't get the burn, and a U-turn crit is gonna... Oh, this is dreadful. This is dreadful. If he didn't have the leftovers there as well... Oh. Goes to the Rapid Spin here. As I go for the U-turn, he does still have the Mega Lopunny in the wings, so he is going to be able to beat me there. But to be honest, if the Mega Lopunny had gone down, I may have ended up winning there, which is just crazy. He goes to the Fake Out. Unless he, like, misses his high jump kick, or I survive the... Oh, he has frustration, that's fair enough. GG, that was a really good game. What we're going to do, though, is unfortunately due to time constraints, we're going to have 1 more game. Which is going to be the guy, whatever is at the bottom. And that's Jekelzo. And we're going to, yeah, as I said, one more match. Ooh, Mega Alterra. There's a lot of fairies around. Oh, sorry, I just lost my voice for a second there. Oh, now it's better. Right. Oh, it's probably Mega Alterra. In terms of lead, I kind of predict the Metagross lead, to be honest. Which is kind of why I want to lead off with the Conch. Or even the Sableye. Sableye does put in work. Once that's out of the way. Maybe Pillows is the way to go. Oh, because then he can lead with a Keldeo. I'm going to lead with Talonflame. I think that's the way to go. Is the way to go. Yeah, GG Black Lion. That was absolutely excellent battle. I apologise that I managed to power flinch your Gliscor to death. That would have been crazy if somehow I'd have won that. He leads off with a Raikou. Now, he is going to outspeed this, so we have a few options. We can go out into... We're going to have to take a hit with Squidward, probably, if we want to stay in. If we don't want to stay in, but... The thing is, we normally outspeed this, so it depends whether you've seen the team builder or not. Yeah, I've had to meet the stream, that's good. But yeah, thanks for doing that. I mean, Conch's probably the way to go, because we can tank special hits for days. There's the HP Ice, guys. We saw it. Right. What we're going to have to do is we're going to probably go for knockoff here. Just because it hits everything pretty hard. I mean, the Alterra could come in. The Keldeo comes in. Okay, he's going to get his attack boost. Not too bad. But we're going to get rid of his Life Orb, which is actually really huge because it means that he's not going to be able to wall the Sableye as easily. We can go out into the Tentacruel. Yeah. Sacred Sword crit. That's a shame. But he does lack a Defogger. That is a good point to make, actually. So, actually T-Spikes is going to be really useful. So, we're going to go for a layer of T-Spikes here. But that crit is a real pain, because it means he's able to potentially take KO. He goes out into the Breloom here. Okay. I know I can outspeed the Breloom, unless it's max speed. So, something's going to have to fall asleep. And... Because I'm not Mega yet. That's the thing. Because I could set up another layer of T-Spikes, which would be really key, actually. I think we're going to risk it. He does have the Spore. Okay. Right. But that does mean we can go out into a couple of things. We could go out into the Jirachi here. Because I know a Bullet Seed's coming my way. Pillows is probably the better bet, though. Yeah. As I get the attack drop, as he Swords Dances. Okay, what we're going to do here is we're just going to U-turn. Because while we may not outspeed, we can... Bullet Seed isn't going to do... Ooh, crits alert. And we can go out into the Talonflame. It's probably our best bet. Yeah, because what we can do is we can go for the Flare Blitz. Rather than going for the Brave Bird, because nothing really appreciates the Flare Blitz at all. Yeah. I think that's probably the way to go. Yeah, let's go for that, and we'll see how it goes. Because we can outspeed, he's probably going to end up switching out here. But the T-Spikes is going to definitely make a lot of difference. As he goes down to the Cofagrigus. I think we could two-shot the Cofagrigus. Oh, yeah, with the poison. Rocky Helmet, though. 41%. I'm comfortable getting rid of this Cofagrigus because it is a real pain. And it can drop T-Spikes, it can set up, it can do all that sort of stuff. And it's just another thing that gets in the way of Mega Sableye as well. Whether that was a good play or not, we'll see. We still have Talonflame alive, though. Alive and kicking. His only real switch in now is probably the Keldeo. Yeah, the Keldeo does come back out. Let's see. I kind of need the Tentacle just in case he decides to go for rocks. But then, to be honest, I can then come back in with this, and Brave Bird really does do a number on his team. Pillows are still useful, because, I mean, if that's a defensive meta... Oh, is it useful? So we can't outspeed the Breloom. Because that means we can get another free switch back into Talonflame. And that might be what we need. Yeah, I think that's the way to go. Because we can scout and see what this guy has got going. He has the Aqua Jet. Ooh. I like that, actually. That's really clever. We're going to have a last ditch effort to set up rocks. Just in case he's like scarfed or something. We don't really know. He's not shown an item. Ooh, he's something like that. Right, okay. We still have the Talonflame, and we have the Jirachi, so we can outspeed a +1. So I'm tempted to EQ here, just in case he decides to not Mega up. But I think he's not Megaing up here, so maybe U-turn's the way to go, because he's going to outspeed. Let's U-turn. He does Mega up. Okay. Goes for the sub. Ooh, that is not nice. I think we're going to have to go out into Jirachi. That's scary. That is really scary. We're going to go for an Iron Head here, because I think we can take an EQ. Can't take a Fire Blast particularly well, but still, it's better than nothing. And his only real switch-ins are the Metagross and the Keldeo. But I still think it might be worth just staying in Iron Heading. Just because of how much of a threat that thing is. Okay, so he goes down to the Keldeo. 21%. After Poison, we still won't be able to KO, unfortunately. But I think it's time for Pillows to be sacked off now. Because he's done his duty. Put up the rocks, and we still got T-Spikes going. As he goes to the Aqua Jet again. Okay, well that means a free EQ for us. Because 15.7... Yeah... Aqua Jet doesn't KO, and we're able to KO this Keldeo. So that's going to be really, really useful. Does Gliscor get Fire Fang? I think it does get Fire Fang. But the trouble is, though, is you've sort of got a bit of a move slot syndrome. Like, if you want to run Earthquake and Fire Fang, and then Roost and Swords Dance, you're sort of missing out on quite a few things. So yeah, that's why they don't normally run it. But let's see. Goes down to the Metagross here. Okay, so he's probably going to be able to KO from here. But I still think it's worth staying in. Just in case he decides to set up or do anything cheeky. Do I go for the knockoff? I think I'm going to go for EQ, actually. As he goes to the Bullet Punch, does end up KOing. But that's okay. I'm not too fussed about that. We have a few options. We can go out into the Sableye. Because nothing... particularly appreciates a Shadow Ball. I want to kind of save Talonflame, because now Talonflame, once the Metagross is out of the way, Talonflame could do some work. And also, I guess the once the Reiku's damaged as well a bit. I think Sableye's the way to go, because I can go for a Will-O-Wisp. Let's not Mega up this turn. And let's Will-O-Wisp. Yeah, I think that's the way to go. So we can always Mega up next turn. I don't think he's staying in. Goes out into the Raikou. Failed because of the poison. Maybe that, yeah. I guess I wouldn't be able to Will-O-Wisp, wouldn't be able to poison the Altaro as well. Okay, so I think we can Mega up and we could Calm Mind here. Or we could Shadow Ball, because I know something else is coming in. He's probably going for that Volt Switch. I think Mega up Shadow Ball is the way to go. As he goes to T-Ball. Okay, so I completely messed that one up. Right. I think, to be honest, Tyrion, you're probably going to go down, because that means I get a free switch out into the Jirachi. Or even, it was going to bring him into Mach Punch range with Conk, so that would be fine. I could always also go for a knockoff as well. So yeah, let's go for Shadow Ball here. I was tempted to not Mega Up, but then to be honest, with my lower defense and stuff like that, it wouldn't really work. We're going to go out and skip Leg Day here, and we're just going to go for... Do we go for the Mach Punch? That's the next question. What does he need the Raikou for? He kind of needs the Raikou to hit hard on Talonflame. But I think we're going to... Oh, it does end up... I was so tempted to go for something else like the Ice Punch. Okay. Right. Next question is, what do we do? I think I'm going to have to stay in an Ice Punch, just in case he decides to go for Sub, but I don't think he's going to go for the Sub. Yeah, in case he's got the Roost, that's probably the best case scenario. Hyper Voice isn't going to KO. We live. The specially defensive Assault Vest has pulled through, and that's absolutely brilliant. That's really good, because it means the Bradium comes in. Mach Punch isn't going to be able to KO us, but we can go for... we're actually going to go for Drain Punch, because I know he outspeeds, but just in case he decides to go for an SD, predicting us to go for a Mach Punch, because that can happen sometimes. Okay, so he doesn't. That's okay. We're going to have to go out into Talonflame now. And we're going to have to Flare Blitz. Because I think we can take a Mach Punch. And the only problem is we haven't got much for the Metagross then. But just in case the Metagross wants to switch out. Let's go for the Flare Blitz. Okay, so he sacks off the Raikou. Okay. Right, this is going to be tense. Goes out into the Metagross. Well, I'm just going to click Flare Blitz, because I need this Metagross out of the way. And this is literally the best way to get rid of it. I don't know if Braylon would have been a better switch, because... I don't know, because I guess I still KO it, didn't I? He's going to have to rely on Mach Punch to sweep. But we shall see. So Flare Blitz does KO that, and we are going to die to the recoil. So he's going to go out into Breloom. Have we had one turn of sleep? I think we have. And I don't think we can live a hit with Jirachi. But then, to be honest, that's probably our best bet, is to go out into Jirachi, just in case we can live a Mach Punch. Because we can Zen Headbutt. And even if we don't live a hit, like, yeah, I think that's the way to go there. Goes out into the Breloom. We can Zen Headbutt here. As a Mach Punch does KO us, but he is going to be brought down with Poison. So, the question is, can we wake up? And first of all, can we wake up? Second of all, can we live a hit? This is really, really tense. We'll see, because we're not outspeeding. We'll see. Oh. This is going to be tense. But I don't think there was any other way I could have played that, those last few turns. As he Swords Dances, please wake up. No, we lost. That was his literally his only play. As Sludge Bomb, yeah, he's going to win. He's won now, unfortunately. Oh. That was quite mental. Oh. And the Bullet Seeded, yeah, to be honest, he probably could have Bullet Seeded originally, and he had a really good chance to do that. So, yeah, that was a really, really good battle. So tense. Like, yeah. Really close to the mark. The sub on the Altaria as well, that completely caught me off guard. I was so tempted to stay in and just EQ. But no, those are some absolutely excellent battles. And I hope you guys are as hyped as I am for the stream on Wednesday. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I just can't wait. I've been really looking forward to this one. It made me really sad that I wasn't able to do one last week. So I hope you guys enjoyed the stream as much as I've enjoyed this, and hopefully I will see you guys at the next one. Macadii out.